On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
I wouldn't say nothing to him. I would take mental note and remove myself as far away from him as possible.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Anton, are you still there?
I am, love.
Okay. Well, I was thinking about you too, as far as with the responsibility of a woman, and still going back to the job thing, because I thought it was a good analogy. I think it's on women to be responsible on who they're sending their resume to. So I can, just because I need a job, okay, or I'm in need of something, your resume is going to the job. That job might not be fitting for you. That job could say, we're looking for a secretary, and then you get on there and you really scrubbing toilets. So it's upon us as well as women to understand who we are giving our resume to. And it's on that man that gets the resume is, no, you are not what I'm looking for, baby. I'm going to pass.
On SAS or like soft skills, where your company culture and the camaraderie and the character is very important part of the job. So I just want
but the reason why I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
The reason why the work example is relevant is because that's what a relationship is. It is work.
It's work.
And how it is.
Come on, humble dad.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So what it is that you do matters. Right. So, I mean, I think that's what I was saying, that both make sense. I mean, I've been a person that had to hire people before. Right. And it was up to me to determine what lie and what truth that they were telling. But at the same time, it's their responsibility to be honest.
Exactly.
Right. So in a relationship, it's important for you to be honest. And then on the other end, it's my job when I'm looking for somebody, for me to determine what it is that is the value. Right. So I'm saying that's why I said that in the beginning, and that's what Q was saying.
So question, who has more responsibility in that situation you just gave?
The person that lied, or who's the communicator. Like right now, you're telling me that, like, when you talk, right, and I'm listening to what you're saying, it's your responsibility for me to be able to understand what you're saying.
Yep.
That's why when we're talking, he says, no, you misunderstood what I said. Well, that means that you have to come back and explain what you said so that I can explain it. I mean, so I can understand it better. So it's always on the communicator.
True. Kayla, you're muted. Kayla, you're talking to yourself.
Sorry. The way that I just
in the
thinking
sky.
about
going in.
Because we're talking, I know, right? So y'all were talking about things going wrong, right? So I'm just thinking about my training in terms of the way that I was raised. And if something goes wrong, like, I don't know, let's say my mom did get her bag lifted at the gas station. There's I don't know if y'all have heard about that, this thing that was going around in Atlanta with people like stealing from people at the gas station. So when that happened and my mom got her Chanel bag sold at the gas station, she didn't go, oh, it's their response. I cannot believe that they did this. She went, I can't get caught slipping. It's my responsibility to make sure that I don't get got. She didn't go, like, of course she called the police and filed a police report and got, insurance claim or whatever. But it wasn't, oh, well, I can't believe that there's these bad people in the world, and how can people do stuff like this? And people need to be upstanding, and people need to tell the truth. And no, it's that this is the real world. We know people don't do that, and I need to do what I need to do to make sure that I don't get got and make sure that doesn't happen to me. So that's how I was bred, to make sure I'm I have to take responsibility when things happen, because I put myself in position. So I don't know. I'm just thinking about that, because we are talking about things going wrong. I don't know, like, if you can blame it on that person necessarily. Like, it should have been your job to really read between the lines and really, like, pick up on little things, and, like, little things maybe in your gut that didn't feel right, but you didn't listen to it because you feeling them. Like, all these different things that I don't know. I just feel like.
Which is my issue with it, if I'm gonna be honest, which is directly in line with what Kayla is saying. I have a hard time blaming somebody else for results that, when I had a choice in it, I chose you, I picked you. Now, it'd be different if I didn't have nothing to do with this or whatever, and then you came in and did some crazy shit, and I could say, well, damn, I was helpless in that situation. But I picked you. I vetted you. I asked the questions. I came up with the system to give me the intel that I need to determine what type of person you are, and my system failed. That's on me. And let's take relationships out of it. Let's take jobs out of it. Let's talk about friendships. Something everybody can relate to as well, right? Like we all grow up with a bunch of dudes, but if you move in the right way, right, you have a certain moral code set up to where it's like if I meet any grown man out here, within 5 to 10 minutes, I could tell what type of dude he is and whether or not he would fit in my circle. Why? Because I have a certain moral code that as he's talking, I'm thinking about that code. Okay, yeah, nah, oh, you would do that? Oh, no, hell no. Oh, you would do that? Oh, you value that? Okay, yeah. That's more in line with what I'm. So again, it's on me to determine. Okay, this person's solid enough to have around me. Now, if I miss something, this guy comes around me, steals from me, tried to shoot at my woman, something like that. The responsibility falls on me for bringing this person around me because I wasn't analyzing them close enough. So that's what I mean. It's not necessarily a woman thing, a man thing. If I'm making a decision, I have a very hard time blaming somebody else for the result. That's all I'm saying.
Trill, I've been agreeing with you about this whole thing, but I just want to clarify. So you're saying that within 5 to 10 minutes, you could know if a man was suitable for your circle?
Yeah, I can have a pretty good idea what type of person he is. Yeah.
So like
conversation, and then I'm watching him how he handles himself. Like it's certain keys, right? It's like say for instance, like it's certain dudes that just have to have attention. They just have to be seen, right? These are the type of dudes that
you're talking about like lifelong male friends that you would just rock with, right?
Well, I mean, it's no way to know for certain, but it's a way to have a pretty good idea whether or not this person belongs in my circle, right? Is he searching for attention? Is he insecure? Does he switch up when women come around? Like in conversations, we talking about things. What type of shit does he value? Is he talking about I would have hit that dude, girl. I wouldn't trip on that. So so you would hit this girl, and we don't even know each other. So you probably hit my. You know what I'm saying? It's certain keys that if y'all having the right conversation, you listening for the right shit. It's like, no, this not my type of guy. Compared if I'm talking to a dude and he's again presenting himself and you could try to act, you could try to hide or whatever the case may be. But if you're asking the right questions and you talk enough or watch somebody enough, may not even be them talking, but just how they move, you can tell, oh, this motherfucker is thirsty for attention. This nigga will sell out the whole gang for his convenience type of shit.
What would you say to him to like let him know that maybe you weren't
I wouldn't say nothing to him. I would take mental note and remove myself as far away from him as possible.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Anton, are you still there?
I am, love.
Okay. Well, I was thinking about you too, as far as with the responsibility of a woman and still going back to the job thing, because I thought it was a good analogy. I think it's on women to be responsible on who they're sending their resume to. So I can, just because I need a job, okay, or I'm in need of something, your resume is going to the job. That job might not be fitting for you. That job could say, we're looking for a secretary, and then you get on there and you really scrubbing toilets. So it's upon us as well as women to understand who we are giving our resume to. And it's on that man that gets the resume is, no, you are not what I'm looking for, baby. I'm going to pass.